Welcome students. Today let us continue our first chapter of science. In our last part, we have seen about air, a natural resource in detail. What things we have studied children in air? We have studied first of all what is air. We have seen that air is a mixture of various gases. We have seen that 5 layers of the atmosphere: stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, exosphere and all. We have seen about some uses of gases. We have seen about air pollution, and we have seen last is ozone layer. It is called as our protective shell. Now today let us continue the first chapter, water, second natural resource, water in detail. Children, in beginning you will see that one activity is given to you all. You have to try this, and beside that one table is given. Just see that what they are saying. Observe how much water is used and for what purposes it is used in your house for a whole day. Children, you have to observe this. How much water you require. Record it in a chart. See here, one chart is given to you beside. We have to record how much water is used for what purposes in your house, and we have to record its detail in this chart. Discuss this data in the class, and after recording this, we have to discuss that data in your class with your friends. You have to discuss it. Divide the total amount of water used in your house by the number of persons to find out how much water each person needs. Now see here children, they have given us first is this table. See, this is the table. Purpose for which water is used. These are the various purposes we are using water, children, and how much amount of water you need, that you have to observe it. Suppose bath. Now first one is bath. I will take, suppose for bath you require 20 liters. So you will record it here, 20 liters. Then for brushing teeth, suppose you require 2 liters. So like this you have to go on recording, and you have to make the total over here, and this total you have to divide it by the number of persons in your house. Suppose here you are getting total is 100 liters. I'm just giving example. If total comes of all these things like bath, brushing teeth, washing clothes, utensils, mopping floor, drinking, cooking, the total comes 100. You have to divide it by the number of persons in your house. Suppose there are 5 persons, so you have to divide 100 divide by 5, and you will get the answer, how much water each person requires. So children, let's move further. You will see that it is almost impossible for us to spend even a single day without water. Is it, children? We can't live without water for a single day. One day also we cannot live without water. Now children, see here. Further they are saying we need to drink how much liter of water every day? 3 to 4 liters of water. Every day we should drink 3 to 4 liters of water. Children, why we should drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day? So that our bodily functions run smoothly. There are many functions carried out in your body. Digestion, respiration, circulation of blood. Many functions are carried out. So for running this function smoothly, to go on well, we should drink how many liters of water, children, every day? We should drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day. Then further they are saying other living things also require water, although the amount of water they need may vary according to the size of their body. Now children, every living things require water on this earth, plants, animals, human beings, but the amount of water they need, it is varying. Varying means it is different. See, for example, I will give you of ant and elephant. See, ant will require very less water to drink, but if you compare with the elephant, elephant will definitely require what? More water to drink according to his body, size of the body. Thus we see that water is very important, children. Is it okay? Now children, further we will see that how the water is formed. Hydrogen. When hydrogen gas burns in air, it combines with which gas? Oxygen, and then water is formed. Children, how water is formed? When hydrogen gas, it combines with oxygen. H means hydrogen, O means oxygen. When this hydrogen gas combines with this oxygen gas, what we get? Water. Water we write in molecular state as H2O. Okay, this is the molecular state of water. Hydrogen 2 atoms and oxygen one atom. So how the water is formed? They will ask you the question. When hydrogen gas burns in air, it combines with which gas? Oxygen, and water is formed. H2O means what, children? Water. We have learned now, children, we have learnt about some characteristics of water in the previous standards. Now children, further we will see here one table is given to you all in orange background. Just we will see in nature water occurs in three states. Children, water occurs in all the three states: solids, liquid and gaseous. See how water already is in the liquid state. When the water you freeze it, it is in the solid state, and when water you heat it, vapors are formed, and that is why water is in all the three states. Water does not have color. Children, have you seen any color to the water? No, water does not have any color. Have you seen when you drink, have you get any taste, pungent or sweet or like this, bitter? No. So water does not have any color, any taste, any odor. Odor means smell. Water does not have any smell. These are all the characteristics of water, children. Many substances readily dissolve in water. Children, many things dissolve in water. You dissolve salt, sugar. Many things are dissolving in water, children. That is why the water is called as universal solvent. Why the water is called as universal solvent, children? Because many substances dissolve in water. Now, children, further, the blood of animals and the sap in plants contain very high proportion of water. Animals' bloods and sap in plants, they contain very high means more amount of water. No living things can survive without water. Children, no living thing on this earth can survive means live without water. Live without water. That is why water is called as life. That is why water is called as life. Understood, children? Why water is called life? Because no living things can survive without water. It is very impossible for us to live for a single day without water. All living things are depending on water. That is why it is said that water is life. Now children, let's move further. Children, here one pie chart is given to you all. Just see here. This is the diagram. Just observe it, and one chart is given beside that. Water available on earth and its percentage. See, seas and oceans, these are the seas and oceans. Its percentage on the earth is how much, children? 97%. Now 2.7% is of what, children? See here, groundwater, ice and water in other forms. Can you see this brown part? That is what? Groundwater. You have to write it here. Groundwater, ice and water in other forms. Now children, some water is stored under the ground. Some water is in the ice form. On the Himalayas, mountains, glaciers are forms. There the water is converted into ice form. So some of the water on the earth is stored under the ground, some is converted into ice, and some in the other forms. Some in other forms means some water vapors are formed. So 2.7% of the water on our earth is in these forms: groundwater, ice and water in other forms. Now children, how much water is available for drinking then? Children, can you see this green very least part? This least part, green least part. This is only the water which is available for drinking. How you will get this? If you add this 97 plus 2.7% and you minus it, you will get only 0.03%. So for drinking, how much percent of water is available, children? 0.03%. Understood, children? So this is the chart, pie chart, distribution of water on the earth. Very important diagram. You should know how much water is available on the earth. In seas and oceans, majority portion of water is covered, 97%. Then 2.7% of water on the earth is in groundwater. Some is converted into ice and some is in the other form. And for drinking on this whole earth, for living things, water available for drinking is very least part, that is 0.03%. Now children, further this paragraph is there. Just see, We cannot use all the water on the earth because sea water is salty. Children, see here, we cannot use all the water on the earth. Because why? Because majority we have seen that in the seas and oceans it is 97% is there, and in seas what happens, the water is salty, so we cannot use all the water. Some water is in the frozen state, and we have seen that some water is in the ice form. So a very small quantity of water is available for the drinking. We have seen that it's very small quantity, means 0.03% of water is only available for drinking. But children, then also it is enough for all living things. Though very small quantity of water is available for drinking, still it is much for all the living things on this earth. Understood, children? So till here only we will see this. In the next part we will see about different what steps we should do to avoid the water pollution, how water pollution takes place. Till then, goodbye. Revise your lesson till here.